Hello and welcome to everyone tuning in to the Blues Report. It is a massive day for Chelsea fans as the January 2026 transfer window hits full throttle. We have some incredible exclusive updates on the young talents being linked with a move to Stamford Bridge, including a potential heist from Barcelona and a major shake-up in our defensive pursuit. Let's dive right into the heart of the action, the Dro bombshell, a la Masia gem. Heading to London? The biggest story breaking today involves Barcelona's crown jewel, Dro Fernández. In a move that has sent shockwaves through Catalonia, the legendary Fabrizio Romano has confirmed on his X account that the 18-year-old midfield maestro will officially leave Barcelona this month. The decision was made personally by the player and his representatives, signalling a complete breakdown in negotiations with the Spanish giants. Chelsea are reportedly at the front of the queue to trigger his remarkably low €6 million release clause. This situation feels hauntingly similar to the Marc Guiu deal. Chelsea are once again poaching a top-tier Spanish talent right from under Hansi Flick's nose. Dro is widely considered one of the most technically gifted midfielders of his generation, and his arrival would perfectly align with the club's Vision 2030 project. My analysis: this is a low-risk, high-reward masterstroke. For €6 million, you are getting a player who has already tasted first-team football at the highest level. If he develops as expected, his value could easily tenfold in 24 months. The question for you: do you think Dro Fernández has the physical profile to survive the intensity of the Premier League, or should we loan him back to a European side first? Defensive reinforcements: the rise of Charlie Cresswell. Chelsea's hunt for a commanding presence at the back continues to dominate the headlines. After our ambitious inquiry for Liverpool's Virgil van Dijk was predictably knocked back last year, the recruitment team has pivoted toward a more realistic and statistically impressive target: Toulouse's Charlie Cresswell. The 23-year-old Englishman has been a revelation in League One this season, racking up 17 appearances with 3 goals and an assist, elite numbers for a centre-back. With 26 caps for England's U21s, he brings that homegrown status that is gold in the Premier League. However, it won't be an easy fight. VfL Wolfsburg has already tested the waters with an €18 million bid, which Toulouse swiftly rejected. The French side is holding out for €25 million, a price tag Chelsea could easily meet if they decide to pull the trigger. My opinion: Cresswell is exactly the no-nonsense defender we've missed since the departure of veteran leaders. He is dominant in the air and knows the English system well from his Leeds days. Between him and Bournemouth's Marcos Senesi, Cresswell feels like the more long-term sustainable option. The Branimir Mladić twist: rejecting the giants. Finally, let's talk about the 18-year-old Croatian sensation Branimir Mladić. Despite Inter Milan having a verbal agreement with Hajduk Split for a fee around €5.5 million, the player himself is reportedly stalling. In a move of incredible maturity, Mladić has appointed super agent Fali Ramadani, who has deep historic ties to Chelsea, to handle his future. Mladić reportedly feels the jump from the Croatian league to Inter is too steep and prefers a stepping stone move. However, with Chelsea's track record of buying elite youth and placing them in high-level loans like Strasbourg, we are now being mentioned as a serious dark horse in this race. He's already made 14 appearances this season and is valued at €4 million, but Hajduk are holding out for closer to €8 million. My analysis: if Ramadani is involved, Chelsea are always in the room. Mladić is a ball-playing defender who reads the game like a veteran. If we can sign him and loan him to a club like Como or Leipzig, we secure one of the best defensive prospects in Europe before his price triples. Closing thoughts and your turn. The Blues are clearly moving away from established superstars and focusing on the next generation of world beaters. From the technical brilliance of Dro to the physical dominance of Cresswell, the squad is being rebuilt with a very specific identity. What do you think, Blues fans? Is €25 million too much for Charlie Cresswell? Or is he the defensive leader we need? Should we prioritise signing Dro Fernández over more experienced midfield options? And I'll be asking a few questions along the way to see what you think about our chances this weekend. Training ground. Buzz, the return of the Kings. The atmosphere at Cobham on this chilly Friday morning was electric as Liam Rosenior put the squad through their final paces. The headline news that has every Chelsea fan smiling is the sight of Cole Palmer and captain Reece James back in full team training. Palmer has been nursing a tricky thigh issue, while James is bouncing back from a hip knock. Seeing them involve themselves in high-intensity drills suggests they are pushing hard to start against Brentford. The medical room, a viral obstacle. However, it's not all clear skies. The camp is currently battling a frustrating virus that has sidelined Liam Delap and Jamie Gittins. Coach Rosenior confirmed that the club is in containment mode, with several staff members also affected. It's a massive blow for the young duo who were looking to make a statement under the new boss. On a brighter note, we saw the usual heavy hitters like Thiago Silva, Enzo Fernández and Moises Caicedo looking sharp and ready for the West London derby. Tactical analysis and opinions. My take? Having Palmer back is a total game changer. Without him, we've lacked that magic spark in the final third. But we have to be careful. Rushing Reece James back has bit us before. With the Bees sitting high in 5th place and Chelsea currently 8th, the pressure is immense for Rosenier's first Premier League game in charge. We need defensive solidity just as much as attacking flair. What do you think? If you were Liam Rosenior, would you risk starting both Palmer and James immediately given their lack of match sharpness, or would you bring them off the bench to secure the win late in the game? Defensive reinforcements and tactical drills, while the return of Reece James is the big headline. The training session also highlighted the intense work being done by the centre-back pairing. Thiago Silva was seen providing constant instruction to the younger defenders, emphasising the aggressive without the ball philosophy that Liam Rosenior brought over from Strasbourg. With Levi Colwill still on a long road to recovery from his ACL injury, players like Benoit Badiashile and Trevoh Chalobah are under the microscope. They were pictured working heavily on high-line coordination to prepare for Brentford's dangerous counter-attacks. Midfield engine and creative spark. The energy in the middle of the park was palpable. Moises Caicedo looked refreshed after his suspension, and his partnership with Enzo Fernández will be vital to dictate the tempo. Noni Madueke and Nicholas Jackson were also involved in sharp 1-2 finishing drills, clearly benefiting from the creative space opened up by Cole Palmer's return to the grass. The last line of defence. There's a lot of talk around the goalpost too. Robert Sanchez was under the watchful eye of Rosenior following a tough outing against Arsenal earlier in the week. Despite the noise, Rosenior seems to be sticking by his number one for now, emphasising trust and reliability in his post-session comments. What's your tactical take? Given that Robert Sanchez had a difficult game midweek and Brentford's Igor Thiago. To our dedicated audience tuning in from around the globe, the air is thick with anticipation at Stamford Bridge, and we're here to break down everything you need to know about today's high-stakes clash against Brentford. The Rosenior era meets the Premier League. This isn't just another match day, it's a defining moment for our new head coach, Liam Rosenior. After a rollercoaster start, a thumping 5-1 FA Cup win, followed by a gut-wrenching 3-2 loss to Arsenal in the Carabao Cup, today marks his official Premier League debut at the Bridge. The mission is clear: break the league winless streak and restore Stamford Bridge as a fortress. But standing in our way is a Brentford side that has been a literal bogey team for us lately. Did you know the Bees have won all 3 of their Premier League visits to our home turf? It's a record that stings every Blue fan, and the question on everyone's lips is, can Rosenior finally find the tactical masterstroke to neutralise Thomas Frank's directness and organisation? Team news: the return of the Kings. The biggest boost for the squad today is the potential return of our talisman, Cole Palmer, and our captain, Reece James. Both were spotted back in training at Cobham this week after missing the midweek Arsenal thriller. Rosenior has been cautious, but Cole Palmer's presence in the final third is the X-factor we've desperately missed. However, it's not all sunshine. A nasty virus has swept through the training ground, leaving Liam Delap and Jamie Gittins as major doubts. We also have to contend with the long-term absence of Levi Colwill and the doping suspension of Mykhailo Mudryk. Opinion: while having James back is a dream, should we risk him starting given his history? Or is it time to let the young Josh Akeyempong continue his development after a solid showing? Predicted lineups: the Battle of West London. We expect Rosenior to stick to his preferred 4-2-3-1 formation, focusing on high energy and quick transitions. Chelsea 11. Predicted: Sanchez, James, Fofana, Chalobah, Cucurella, Caicedo, Fernández, Neto, Palmer, Garnacho, João Pedro. Brentford 11 predicted: Kelleher, Kayode, Aja, Collins, Henry, Yarmoliuk, Janelt, Jensen, Lewis Potter, Shade, Thiago. The return of Moises Caicedo from suspension is absolutely vital. He'll be the engine room today, tasked with disrupting Brentford's counter-attacks before they can feed the dangerous Igor Thiago. Analysis and prediction: a bridge too far for the Bees? Tactically, this is going to be a game of chess. Brentford under Keith Andrews, who has stepped up recently, are unbeaten in 6 league games and sit 5th, 3 spots above us. They are ruthless in the air and lethal from set pieces, which has been our Achilles heel for years. However, Chelsea's new look under Romano feels more expressive. With Alejandro Garnacho coming off a brace against Arsenal and João Pedro leading the line, we have the flair to unlock any defence. The atmosphere at the Bridge might be tense today, with fans planning pre-match demonstrations regarding the club's ownership. But once that whistle blows, we need the liquidator energy to carry the boys home. My prediction: it's going to be a cagey, high-octane affair. I'm going for a 2-1 Chelsea victory, Palmer to score a penalty, and a late winner from Pedro Neto to finally break the Brentford curse at home. What do you think, Blues fans? Are you confident that Romano is the right man to lead this young squad, or does the Brentford record at the Bridge have you worried? Drop your score predictions and starting X is in the comments below. Absolutely. Let's go under the hood of the Romano revolution. While he has only been in the dugout for a few weeks, the tactical DNA of the Blues is already shifting in subtle but fascinating ways. The possession with purpose philosophy. Under Enzo Maresca, we often saw a chessball style. Slow, methodical, and sometimes frustratingly sideways. Romano has publicly stated that while he respects that foundation, he wants possession with purpose. Verticality over circulation. Instead of passing for the sake of it, Romano is drilling automatism's preset passing patterns. The goal is to bait the opponent's press and then immediately snap through the lines with vertical passes. The goalkeeper as a quarterback, Robert Sanchez, is being asked to take even more risks. Romano's system at Strasbourg often saw the keeper acting as a fourth centre-back to create a +1 advantage during build-up. It's high risk, high reward. Expect some heart-in-mouth moments today. Width versus inversion. While Maresca loved inverting fullbacks into midfield, Romano showed in the second half against Arsenal that he's happy to let his wingers like Pedro Neto and Estevão stay full width. This stretches the defence horizontally, creating massive gaps in the half spaces for Cole Palmer to exploit. The shapeshifter. 4-2-3-1 or 3-4-2-1. The most exciting part of Romano's coaching is his tactical flexibility. He isn't married to one formation. 1. In possession, we often see a 3-2-5. One fullback likely James bombs forward to become a winger, while the other Cucurella tucks in to form a back 3. 2. Out of possession, he demands a mid-block that morphs into a 4-4-2. He isn't a manic presser like Klopp, he's more about traps, letting the opponent have the ball in safe areas before swarming them the moment they play into the middle. Analysis. The biggest change is attitude over alignment. Romano recently said he hasn't changed the tactics board as much as he has changed the reaction to setbacks. He wants wave after wave of attacks in the first 10 minutes to get the Bridge rocking. The bogey team challenge Brentford are masters of the low block and long ball. They will try to frustrate Romano's short passing game by sitting deep and hitting us on the break or via set pieces. The key battle, Moises Caicedo versus Brentford's physical midfield. If Caicedo can win those second balls and stop the transitions, Chelsea will dominate. If we get caught overplaying at the back, it could be a long afternoon.